I made it. Good evening. Good evening. Am I coming in all right for you guys? Make sure y'all can hear me. Oh, yeah. Coin Digger and Les, J Crave Dog. Good deal. And Kevin and Brett, can you guys hear me okay? I'm on a new microphone. Trying to get something that'll pick up a little better. How am I coming in? I'm watching chat. Are you guys hearing me okay in the chat? Kevin says, yep, good deal. And Sharon, hello everyone. Happy Valentine's Day. Thank you, Coin Digger. Thank all of you guys. I'm glad y'all are here. Loud and clear. J Crave Dog, thank you so much. Thank you for that. Yeah, I'm on a new microphone. Had to get something other than what was in this computer. The mic isn't no count, the one that sent it, and the mic I bought to use was one that started making all that buzzing sound. So I'm on a completely different one, a much better quality mic, and I did some test audio with it earlier, and it sounded really good. Good deal.
Thank you.
If you want to. Kim's wanting to say something to you guys. She's fixing to go to bed. Hey, Susan. Mama D.
Hi, everybody. I wanted to say thank you for all your prayers. I needed them, and they were blessings to me. And y'all are my family too. He's my family too. I love my hubby. But I wanted to tell y'all thank you, and I'm going to go and prop up for the night. So y'all be blessed, and good night.
All right, baby. Love you.
I love you too, honey. Night, everybody.
All right. Yep, I seen I'm gonna throw this up right quick. I got a lot I'm gonna share with you guys tonight, but I seen where Kevin had just put this up. And I'm gonna talk about it once we get a full room. But what Kevin's talking about, the video, I had an email from a guy sent to me, and it was about one of them werewolf things. And it was the guy was attacked, and it was just absolutely frightening. But I didn't have time. This week has been just extremely hectic, and I'm downright exhausted right now, and I really had to battle to be able to come on the show tonight. But I've got some things that I have to get out there. We got some prayer requests, and that's really, really important. And so I asked Chris, because it would have been next week before I could have done that story, that encounter. And then once you record it, then you got to go back and you got to edit it and remove the unnecessary stuff that's in the video, and you just have to do an overall edit on it, and it takes a little time, and then it takes a while. It was a long encounter, and Chris said he'd be more than happy to do it, and so we done it on my brother Chris's channel, and that's Claghorn Outdoors. I did put the link in the description to this video for him, and also for D. You guys know D. D and her husband they're in a little bit of a bind with the taxes. Something I don't know the extent of what happened, but it was something with the flood and when they lost their home and how all that happened, and they're needing to come up with some money, a pretty good bit of money. I think it was $700, if I had heard correctly. Just don't quote me on that amount, but it's pretty stiff, and they don't have it. And so several of us have chipped in and to help them out, but they need a lot more help financially. And I did put Dee's PayPal link in the description to this video. If you guys don't know who Dee is, she is Lady in the Woods right here on YouTube, and she's part of our family. I've been bound to Dee for not long after I got the channel up and going. And Dee's just a blessing, a wonderful person, and just trying to help her out and her family. If they don't get this tax issue squared away, you guys that have dealt with the tax system, IRS, and even your city municipality tax system, they can wreck you. They can absolutely take everything from you. It's part of Babylon. But nonetheless, she needs help. And that's D Sims, Lady in the Woods. And if you guys got $5 you could send her, just anything to help her out, pray about it. If the Lord leads you to help her, the link is in the description to this video. And also you can reach out to Pappy Two Bears. You'll see him in the chat sometimes. I don't know if he'll be in here tonight, but he also can get the link to you for the PayPal so that you can reach out and send a donation if you want to try to help them out. They're wonderful people. They're God-fearing people, and they're part of us. They're part of this family here on YouTube, and we're a part of her family, Lady in the Woods. But I needed to get that up, and I got some more information for you. Thank you. Michael says, Happy Pig Hunter. Yes, if you guys that didn't know, I did just post a video. I got to go hunting for a little while, and I always film my hunts. You guys don't see it because I haven't gotten anything this year. I've had a very, very non-productive hunting season, and I've never had one like that. And I think it's biblical. This would be my 7th year since I got back in the woods from because of what happened to me in my encounter. And 7th year is supposed to rest. And I believe that's exactly what was going on. And so I'm not deer hunting. I went to try to get a pig, and the Lord blessed me. And I shared the hunt. It's on my channel, the entire hunt. And it was such a blessing. It was a big pig. I got it in the cooler right now. He's already cleaned it in the cooler, got him soaking in salt. And then after 72 hours, I'll normally let him run about 85 hours in that icy salt slush, and will draw every bit of that wild gaminess out of him. And the meat is just phenomenal. Kevin says, nice porker. Thank you. Thank you guys so much. And thank you for the support. I've had a rough time. Sharon said it was an awesome video. Congratulations. Thank you so much. God bless you guys. Thank you. But yet that encounter, if you guys don't know, you may have missed the video that I did. Chris, my hunting video I just put up, the successful hunt. Chris is the one who came to help me. Sunday or Saturday was his family day, spending with his wife and children. And I seen the pig, and I knew he was big. I was looking for the sentry because the pigs they'll lie in a group to sleep, to rest, and they're all in a little tight area. You get 5 pigs. They're normally in about a 12 by 12 area, but there's going to be a boar, and he'll be away from that group, normally against the tree, and he is their lookout. He keeps an eye out for danger. When the pigs are sleeping, their ears will stand straight up. They'll be pointed up like a German Shepherd's ears, and they are pointed. And they'll stand straight up when they're asleep, and them ears are locked on listening, and it's very hard to sneak up on them. The sentry, he's awake and he's watching. His ears would be laid down flat on his head, like back against his head, like when a horse gets angry and they'll lay them ears back. That's the way that sentry is. And I seen him, but I wasn't sure what I was looking at, the way that he was in that tree. It was a big hollowed out tree, and I looked through the scope, and it was definitely a pig, because the hair, you could see the individual little strands of hair. They're in little groups, and they were horizontal, and I knew right away that was a pig. But I couldn't tell, was I looking at the rear end, or was I looking at the back, I had no idea. And I lowered the scope. He was really close to me, and I lowered the scope, and got looking at him, and then I could make out the outline, that thick edge of his ear, and he had it laid against his head. Well, there was a little palmetto leaf that covered his eyes that was between us, and I couldn't see his eyes. But with the ears laid down, his eyes were open, and I was directly in front of him, and that could have gotten really bad. And when I figured out I was looking at his ear, then I just focused on it and tried to figure out which side was the opening, the ear canal. Was it on the left of what I was seeing, or on the right? Because that makes a difference in where I need to make the shot placement. You hit him on the wrong side of that ear, you're just going to wound him. And he's coming out with 4 razor blades, and he's going to cut you to pieces. And so I had to make sure what I was looking at, and I finally I identified it. I knew where it was, and praise the Lord, it was just everything fell in place perfect. Well, I had to go back and meet Chris on the road after I shot him. I called him, and Chris said, "I'm coming. Where you at?" And I told him, and he grabbed the cart. Well, it's 250 yards from the logging road, the game trail, to get back to that ridge. And I thought, we got to drag this pig, and he's around 240 pounds. He was extremely heavy. And so I got back on the road, and I met Chris headed back to the vehicles. And I pulled my map up, and I said, well, shoot, he's only 130 yards from where we're at. But there's an old dim section road that goes back into the swamp, not very far. It goes back probably 60 yards, and it's grown up, but it's very easy to walk through it. It's fairly wide open. So I started walking that way, and on my map, I was going straight towards him. And we got to the edge of the swamp water, and he was 81 yards from us. And I said, what a blessing. And so we waded through waist deep and almost chest deep water, and we got him, and we floated him back. And it was I was literally pulling him with 2 fingers. I had the strap around my finger, and he just pulls like a piece of foam until we got caught it on a log. And well, anyways, we got him out, and I owe all the thanks to Chris for coming and helping me with that. And I wouldn't have never got him out by myself. It would have probably taken me 3 or 4 hours, even with the cart. But Chris, he may look as though he doesn't have a lot of backbone to him because he's not a big guy, but he is twice as strong as I am, and probably 5 times the stamina. And he pulled that pig almost the entire way, and just an amazing friend. He's a brother to me. And if you guys haven't checked out his channel, he is very new to YouTube. He's very new to the smartphone, seeing just everything involving cameras, the whole, everything in that arena. He's new to. He's only got a few months experience on it. And he's sharing videos of his personal life, and his channel is going to really, it's going to grow. And I see it really becoming something quite phenomenal. And we're going to be doing a lot of walks when hunting season's over. We can't go to some of the places we want to because people are hunting in there. And even though there's a lot of evidence of the big fellas being in these areas, there's still hunters around it. And I don't want to get shot. And so we're going to wait until the hunting season's over, which it isn't but a few more weeks. And we're going to start going to these areas, and we're going to go in opposite directions. He's going to film one way, and I'm going to film the other. And he'll be posting what he finds on his channel, and I'll be posting what I find right here for you guys. But please, if you haven't been over to check out Chris's channel, it's Claghorn Outdoors. Claghorn is Chris's last name, Claghorn. And just jump over there and subscribe to him. It doesn't cost anything, and it boosts his morale, but it also boosts his position in YouTube. And I think you guys are really learn to love him. I have the highest respect for him and his family. They're just absolutely phenomenal people. Um, but anyhow, that encounter that was emailed to me on one of them werewolf things was we done it on Chris's channel, and I think he titled it "Sharing an Encounter." I think is what he had titled the video, but it's yeah, Butch. I am having a little bit of a hard time, but I'll get to if you guys have questions, if you could hold them just for a little while, and then soon I have some announcements, and then I'll try to answer everyone's questions. And I want to get this out. We got a few people in chat. We have some prayer requests to get out also. Let me pull this up, and we have an update that I got. You remember we done a prayer request not too long ago for Greg. He was in a coma, was doing horrible, and there wasn't any good scenarios as far as the doctors were concerned. Well, I got an update from him. I believe it was this morning, but it was from last night. And he said that Greg woke up out of his coma, and he's doing fantastic. I mean, he's on that downward slide now to where he'll get to go home, go to his family, and that's just phenomenal. And he says, "Thank you all for the prayers." I mean, he's just beside himself. But we have um, our brother here, Gene Fox. If you guys you've seen him in the chat before, it's a Green Mountain Droning. He does a lot of drone videos. He's got some phenomenal stuff on his channel. If you'd like to see the drone photography, he's got a lot of really interesting videos, and I subscribe to him. I watch some of the videos, and I love that kind of stuff. But he had sent me an email, and I've been trying to do this all week, and I'm so worn out that I can't seem to get it done. Well, oh, there's D. Let me see, guys. Hold on. I'm gonna take that off the screen right quick. Sorry about that. I'm not all with it. I'm really tired. But I want to read this. It's very short, and this is from my brother Gene Fox, and he's got Green Mountain Droning. So if you guys are into the drone photography and that type thing, check out his channel on YouTube. He's got some beautiful videos. Just the scenery is amazing. But he says, "Hi Donnie, this is Gene from Green Mountain Droning. My Aunt Connie has a cancerous tumor behind her left eye that needs to be shrunken down in order to be removed. So they're looking for prayers so that tumor will shrink so that they can get it out and remove it from her. So you guys, please keep Connie in your prayers. Just pray that tumor not only shrinks down, that thing goes away. And we rebuke that nasty stuff. It's not part of God's word. It's not part of what he speaks. We get attacked with the cancers and all this other stuff because it's a weapon of the enemy. God don't throw that on us. He helps us to get through it and manage it, but it's up to us to reach out and for others, and call for healings for these people. And that's where my heart's set, to help as many as I can. But again, that's for Gene's Aunt Connie, and we want to get that tumor shrunk down and just gone. If we can get it shrunk down enough they can suck it out with a syringe, that would be absolutely phenomenal. And also, I don't know if our brothers, he may say something to me. He's in the chat. our brother JK, and we've had him on the show before. He shared some stuff with us, but he's been battling blood clots in his lungs. He's in a bad way right now. So, guys, if we can come together in prayer for our brother JK, that this blood clot issue gets healed completely, that we get his lungs back to par, back into that youthful state, that healthy youthful state, so he can get back home to his family. His job ain't done yet. He's got a long way to go, and we want to make sure that he can make it. So that's and for you guys that are showing up now that weren't here when we first started, our sister D, Lady in the Woods, she's in the chat. She's part of our family, and they're in a bind with the tax police. The tax people, not the tax police, but they just as well be. They enforce some pretty rough laws on us. But if you guys, please take a minute. If you could donate $1, $2, $5, whatever you can spare to help Dee and her husband get this problem behind them, so that they can carry on and move on and fulfill the will in their life that God has placed on them. When you have things like that dragging you down, it's really hard to stay focused on the face of the Lord when you got the devil behind you dragging on you. It makes life really, really rough. So please, if you can't spare anything to help Dee out, pray for him. Send some prayers. Prayers are more powerful than a dollar bill any day of the week. You can live without money. You can't live without prayers. Life would be pretty, pretty dull. I thought I had another. I'm sorry. I thought I had another prayer request on there. I may have already done it. I'm really tired. If one of you guys, if y'all have sent me a prayer request and I did not mention it tonight, please email me and let me know. I've completely wrecked my entire email folder. I've been waking up between midnight and 2 in the morning, and I'm so tired that I can't sleep. I lay down, I pass out immediately, and then in 30 minutes I wake up hyperventilating and having crazy dreams, and finally I have to get up. I can't sleep. But anyhow, that's what we have tonight. We got prayers that we need to send out for these people. We need to help Dee out, our sister. She's part of our family, and and there's brother JK. I see him in the chat. We gotta support these people. Oh, there's Myra. That's my girl. It's good to see you here. Thank you so much for jumping over and joining us. Thank you, Dee. Thank you so much. And guys, for those of you that seen the video, the hunting video I just posted, I've got some stuff going on with me. I've got a tremendous fear of doctors. I fear the Sasquatch creatures. I fear a drug addict putting a gun in my face, but I definitely fear doctors. I have a phobia of doctors, and it's a real thing. If I could go through a 30-minute surgery that would save my life and I'd live a long, healthy life, or I would die without the surgery, I'm not having the surgery. I'm more afraid of the surgery than I am of dealing with death. And many of us say we're not afraid of death, but when you're stuck on that bed and your time is minutes away, I promise you there's going to be some fear in your mind. We're human. It's just the way it is. We have to go through it, but it's going to be a scary thing to go through because you don't know what the other side's going to look like. We pray and wish for the best, and it's frightening to think how it could be. What if it's just like it is now here? I hope it's not. Lord, I hope it ain't. But I'm sure it's going to be better. It's going to be far better. But what's going on? I think I'm having blood sugar issues. It started probably a month or two ago. Chris and I were setting up a shooting house in an area where we hunt, and we were had it loaded up on my big wagon, and we were pulling it. It was hot outside, and we were pulling it down the logging road, taking it to where we were going to set this up. And I got really lightheaded, and then I got dizzy, and I thought I was going to black out. Really scared me. And I told Chris, I said, man, I can't move. I'm shaking, and it feels like I'm fixing to hit the ground. And he said, your blood sugar's off. And we left everything. He took me to his house, and he gave me some peanut butter crackers, orange, some avocado, some other things. And he said, this will get your blood sugar up. And I had to force myself to eat it. I had no appetite. I couldn't drink. I couldn't eat. And uh, I ate them things. In 20 minutes or so, I felt fine. I was back to normal. Well, ever since then, it would come about a week later. I'd get to feeling kind of rough, and now it's every day. And it's not that extreme, but I'm right at the verge. I just don't feel good. And if I exert myself to where I get hot, start sweating, I start getting lightheaded. And I'm not having any chest pains or any problems breathing, or which I have COPD, but I'm not having any issues there. It's something completely different, and I'm pretty sure it's my blood sugar. This hunting season, I've harvested nothing, and we have given away all the meat that we had because every year I fill the freezers up, and God's been really good to me. But I believe this year is it is my 7th year since my encounter when I started hunting again. This is the 7th year, and it's supposed to be the year of rest. And I just realized that a couple of weeks ago, so I'm okay with not deer hunting. And I don't think I'll be getting a deer this year, even if it lasted another month. I don't think that I would be getting one, because I'm supposed to take a break from it. And I've been eating. Yeah, John said it could be high blood pressure. I am on blood pressure medication. I take 2 of them, but I have not been eating the wild game. We've been eating store meat, and store meats have always made me just sick to my stomach, where I just don't feel good at all. And that's kind of where I'm at right now. I just don't feel good. Um, but my brother Kyle had mentioned earlier, I was texting him, and he had mentioned to find one of my friends that is a diabetic and do the little blood test where you prick your finger and you test the drop of blood and see what it is. And if it is way out, then the doctor that I see up in Alabama each month, he's the one that was treating me for the PTSD from the encounter and the brain issues from when I broke my neck, got the injury, the brain injury. And I can talk to him, and he'd probably be able to go a little deeper. I have a fear of doctors. I've been with this one for a long time. But anyhow, that's where I'm at, and I just would like to ask that you guys pray for me, that whatever this problem is that I'm going through, that it be lifted up off of me. If the Lord's going to take me home, I want Him to do it quickly. I don't want it to drag out and me feel bad for a long time. I don't like that. It's either leave me and let me finish my work, or take me if my work's done. Don't leave me in the middle. um, and Riker says he's cut out meats except chicken and turkey. I need to get back on fish completely. That was my healthiest. Yeah, I'm going to put this up what Meredith just said. I don't know if you guys seen it. She said you should get your blood work done. Sounds like anemia. I get anemic at times, and I get lightheaded and dizzy. That's exactly what I'm experiencing. and my diet is horrible. Um, I drink water and sweet tea, and I just started drinking coffee uh, about 5 years ago, and I drink it every morning. I get up so early, the only way I can go to sleep is I drink a big cup of coffee, and it knocks me out. Coffee has a reverse effect on me, and it makes me really drowsy. And I sit on the couch, I sit upright, and I just kind of nod off until 5, and then I get dressed and get going. But coffee's a poison, and if you guys didn't know, the caffeine that's in the coffee beans and the coffee plant is a natural insecticide. It is a poison, and it's designed to prevent insects from eating the coffee plant. And when you put a poison in your body, like caffeine, your body reacts. It speeds up your metabolism to expel that poison, to burn it out, push it through your pores to get rid of it. And that's why most people, when they consume caffeine, the heart rate increases, they start sweating, they get this burst of energy. I don't. I get the opposite effect. It makes me drowsy. I get tired, and I have to sleep. If I drink too much, I fall asleep driving, and that's it. It's frightening. Yep, Sam said yes. It's deadly in large enough dose. And Riker says I flatten my adrenal glands. It makes you tired. I believe that. Absolutely. I'm gonna put this up. What D says. D's. If you guys don't know, D is all about natural, the natural herbs and getting medicinal treatment from your native plants. She knows a lot about that, and I'll have to look into that. At dandelion tea, I would love to find something that tastes like coffee that doesn't beat you down like the coffee does. Coffee's pretty rough on you. Um, Aaron says maybe that's why I don't have bugs. Sorry, but I'm not giving up my coffee. Yeah, amen to that. Oh, that's funny. But yeah, have all of you, have y'all listened to that encounter that we put on Chris's channel about the werewolf attacking that man, or the dog man, the guy? From what I understand about him, I think they are werewolves, and the man who sent encountering, that's what he calls it. He called it a werewolf also. Um, oh yeah, D, I love mushrooms. I absolutely love mushrooms. And Sandra said, yes, that was terrible. If you have not seen, watched that video, it's on Claghorn Outdoors, and I'm pretty sure the name of it is a shared encounter. And once you play the video, the name will pop up at the beginning, and that name, the man who sent that email, that's the name that he put in the email for the encounter. And so Chris chose to go ahead and just use the title the man had already given it, but he allowed me to share it on his channel for him and his subscribers that are over there, so they'd have some different content. And I told him I would, when I did the next show, I would try to send people over there, help him build his channel up. But there'll be a lot of bizarre stuff. Chris and I are going to go to some areas that have known, they've had encounters before. And one of them, plenty of you guys are familiar with, is called Torreya State Park in Florida. The Torreya State Park, there's been encounters with the big fellas there, and there's also been the werewolf encounters. If I'm not mistaken, there was a family that was attacked over there 2 different times. And I don't know if it was the first year they had an attack and they came back the following year, or if it was 2 years later. But there was a little gap. They went there and they were attacked by him, and they didn't get hurt, but these things come out. Then they went back. The first time they were in a primitive camping area, no power, no nothing. The second time they went over to the side that has the RV connections and RVs, and they even dealt with one of them creatures on that side as well. But that's the area we're going to be checking that one out. So we may end up having some pretty bizarre stuff that we may capture, and we're going to take the drone over there and fly it up and kind of show the area from an aerial perspective, a bird's eye view, because I have no idea. I've never been there, and I don't know anything about that part. Okay, Makira, I love you very much. Tell the babies I love them. I'm talking to Makira in the chat. Makira Ruiz, that's my daughter. Oh, there's Claghorn Outdoors. Yep, this guy right here, that's my brother Chris. I got to pick on him, but yeah, if you haven't been over there, go over there and check him out. Claghorn Outdoors on YouTube, and that encounter, it took him 2 days to get it loaded. Just, it's a long encounter, but loading it through a phone takes a while. I'm gonna put up what Don just said, and he's talking about these werewolf creatures. They say that 9 or 10 footers are a different breed of dogman rather than the 6 or 7 footers. The man who sent that encounter in, he said that thing was between 8 and 10 feet tall. And the way I interpreted it, the way he explains it, he's walking down the fence line at his uncle's property, and there's a big pasture and a little patch of woods that runs down the side of the pasture and a little fence, and he's walking down that fence just to get away from the family reunion, the clusters of people. And as he's going down it, he finds there's no cows on the field, and he said that was unusual. His uncle has cows. Well, he's going down the fence, and he finds this big ripped section of fence. There's a big hole in it, or a section missing. And he said there's a beat down trail coming through that broken area fence, and he sees a big footprint. And he said he didn't know if it was a cow's print or not, because he's never seen a cow's foot. He has no idea what the track looks like, but he said it had 4 toes that had claw marks just past the toe. But he said off to the side there was a 5th shorter toe that also had a claw mark. And he said it struck him as odd, but then he went on his way. He thought it was probably a cow track. When he hears something he thinks is a cougar or some type of cat, and he turns around, and there's this giant wolf in that torn section, and this thing was staring at him, and he's staring back at it, and finally it just walks through the opening of the fence, and it didn't come toward him. It went straight out to the field. So he turned and started continuing his path down that fence line, and he gets down there a little ways further, and he hears cracking sounds, and he turns around, and this thing's standing up. It was pretty close to him. I don't remember the distance, but he said it stood up. He thought it was a bear until he seen the pointed ears, and then he realized it was that wolf, and he said it's a werewolf. And it ended up attacking him. He tried to run, and it threw him over the fence, and he got some broken bones and a bunch of stitches from it. It's a frightening encounter, what happened to him. Oh wow. Let me see, as I've seen Chris, if you're still in the chat, I'm going to put this up. And for you guys that don't know, Sharon says she has a selfie stick and a tripod coming that she'll send as soon as they come in. She's referring to Chris. My brother Chris, we've been trying to help him out, and he has no gear at all. He films with his phone, and that's it. Same phone that he hunts with. And he can't get out there and film the walk as he's walking into his hunting area, and then film the way out. And if his phone dies on him and something happens, he gets snake bit or he falls out of a tree, if anything happens and he's got a dead battery, he's in trouble. And so my mission this year, I'm gonna try to get enough saved up that I can pick him up a GoPro. He needs a good camera, something small that he can carry with him. He can mount it on his muzzle loader or on his ball cap. And when we start doing this filming, he can save up and get extra batteries and memory cards for it. But that's what she's referring to. I did a little shout out to if people wanted to help and contribute. If you had any cameras or any gear that you weren't using that would work, he has nothing. So we're having to start from scratch. He does have a PayPal if you guys would like to donate to Chris to help him get gear. He's needing camera gear for doing his filming. And it's on PayPal. You can type in the search for Claghorn Outdoors and it'll come up Chris Claghorn. That's him. And you can contribute straight to him that way. If it's in your heart, if you feel the Lord's leading you that way to help him, that's how you can get up with him. But also his email is claghornoutdoors@gmail.com. But if you have encounters that you're wanting to share with him, he can read. He's not illiterate, but his education, if you listen to the very first interview I did with him, his education is limited to the 6th grade. So he can't read at the same speed that we would talk at. And a lot of people read. And so if you have encounters you want to share on his channel, send them to me and put it in the description or before you actually put the encounter, just above it. Let me know that it's to be shared on Chris's channel, Claghorn Outdoors. And I promise you all, absolutely, we will do it on his channel. I'll do anything I can to boost him up and get his channel built up. Yep, Chris said he's put it right there. Everything, his donation links. If you go to Claghorn Outdoors on YouTube and scroll across the top to where it says About and click on that, and you can find his PayPal link. And we set him up PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App. So if you have any of those and you'd like to help him out a little bit, the links are in the About section on his channel, Claghorn Outdoors. And we're going to try to get him boosted up and build his family up and get him up at a higher position. He's wanting to do the live streams when he does these fishing adventures, and he does a lot of outdoor activities, and he wants to be able to live stream them. And YouTube doesn't let you do that unless you have 1,000 subscribers. There's a back way to do it, but through Streamlabs. But you have a lot of limitations if you go that route. Excuse me. Oh, sorry, guys. I about choked on nothing. This is what I just seen with Franklin. I had to go up and find it. Said he recalls as a kid down in Oklahoma in the 70s, many sightings of a half wolf, half man. If you know anything about them, this is the 3rd time I've heard that in Oklahoma, having sightings of them creatures. I didn't know it was in the 70s, but this is the 3rd time that someone has mentioned it, that I had seen it. I'd either heard it or seen it. And it may have been in another chat. I don't remember where. But it was the same thing that years back, it was half wolf, half man. I would love to get some of them encounters and put some of them up. We're open to anything. you had some odd stuff that you've experienced and you'd like to share it, give us a shout out. Well, Don says the Forest Service said when killing the dog man that killed the family in the LBL, it was a 9-footer. That's LBL is land between the lakes. There has been a lot of uh, stuff going up there. That's an area that I will have to pass. I'm not taking a free bus ticket to that spot. But there's been a lot of documented attacks in that area, pretty gruesome attacks. And Don says he's seen videos of them running through cemeteries in rural areas and farmland. I've heard a lot about the farmland of these creatures being on farms. I don't think I'd want to run into one like that. Jeff and I ran into that one not too far from our home, but he didn't seem to be. He wasn't putting off no bad vibes. It was almost as though he was scared of us, which I'm sure he was scared of Jeff. He's pointing a daggum machine gun at him the whole time. So I'm pretty sure he knew he had to be on his toes. Brad says, please don't say Indiana. I don't want something like that running around here. Amen, brother. I'm right there with you. Yeah, you guys, I get sidetracked really easily, and I apologize for that. But my heart's set to help our sister Dee, and to send prayers out to these families that are needing it, and also my brother Chris, Claghorn Outdoors. If you guys aren't subscribed to Dee or Chris, Dee's channel is Lady in the Woods, and she does these evening chats, and it's something you can jump on when she goes live and lay down and just listen. I mean, it's really fascinating. She's had a lot of encounters with the big guys, and the encounters she's had have been good. She's had nothing negative happen, and it's really been an eye opener for her. But it's Lady in the Woods is Dee's channel, and Claghorn Outdoors is Chris's channel. And jump over and support them if you're not already part of their family. There, please go over and subscribe. I'm connected to both of them, and I'll always be there with them. Yeah, Meredith, I think this is what's been going on with me. I wake up all hours of the night panicking, and I didn't even think about it being the stress that's been on me. I've been pretty beaten down by it. We got so much going on, and then with all this going on with Kim, it's really hard. I got the full load of everything on me, and I can handle it. It's just I don't want it to get the best of me, and sometimes it seems like it's getting really close to doing that. Oh, my chat has went to a crawl. It's freezing up on me. Yep, Sandra says Dee is an amazing woman. She's helped me. Dee is absolutely an amazing woman. 100%. Dee's the type that'll give everything that she has to help a stranger. Absolutely. Pappy, thank you for putting Chris's channel up on there. Thank you so much. Chris is part of us. There's going to be a lot of content, and right now he's learning how to. I told him the editor that I use, and it's pretty simple. And I was going to go over and just help him a little bit, get him pushed in the right direction, how to use it. And he's already in it. I mean, he's already learning it. He's ahead of the game, so I didn't have to show him anything. But he just got a long way to go, and he's having to. I've seen he gets a lot of comments because when he's filming, he's using a phone right now, but he's holding it like this. It's the natural way you're used to talking on your phone, and he's filming like this. It's very unnatural to get used to filming this direction. And so there's been some people not griping, but just telling him to turn the phone into landscape mode, and it's hard to do when you're walking through the woods. This way you can get a grip on it. Your phone ain't going nowhere. But to turn it like this and hold it without your fingers getting on the lens is hard. Uh, my early videos were a train wreck. Well, Brother Jeff made it back. Good to see you, buddy. I'm glad you made it. Uh, but yeah, y'all just be patient with him. Uh, we're in the works of getting him some gear put together, and if we can get him a good camera and just the basics, a camera with some extra batteries, he'll be good to go. We can get him hooked up, and it'll be so much more enjoyable for him. And the only thing that we got left to do is get him a card reader. And I showed him the one that I have, and it was a little expensive, but I can take the memory card from I thought I had it in here. No, I already put it up, I think. Um, but the card reader that I have, we tested it on his phone, and you plug it into the phone, and it works with an iPhone. And you put your memory card in it, and you could transfer all your videos straight into your phone's photo gallery. And then you can delete them off the memory card, and it makes it so much easier. Editing on a phone is 100 times easier than editing on the computer, in my opinion. I don't use the computer to edit them. It's been too hard. I've tried, and I just can't do it. I'm not a computer person. A whisper to a screen, cryptids. It's good to see you guys, conspiracy factualists. I thought I seen you earlier. So good to see all of you guys, every one of you. God bless you. Thank you so much for jumping over, and happy Valentine's Day to all of you. John Arnett said he just switched over and subscribed. Oh, good deal. He subscribed to my brother Chris, Claghorn Outdoors. Yeah, if you haven't, jump over and subscribe to Claghorn Outdoors and support my brother. He's the one that was in the video, my hunting video I just posted, helping me get the pig out. And Chris, you think I'm pulling your leg, but he pulled it 95% of the way, which we had a cart, but that pig was pretty close to 250 pounds. We got it to his truck. He's got a flatbed truck, and I was putting my gear in the car because everything was muddy. I didn't want to put my muzzleloader on the ground or my fanny pack. So I unlocked the car, and I was putting the gear in it. I turned around to go help him, and he's already sliding that thing up on the back of the truck. He loaded that pig by himself on his truck, and he ended up aggravating his back for doing it. But he's just, he's one of them. Never judge a book by the cover. He's not a big guy, but he's twice the strength and stamina that I am by far. And just, I'd be so messed up without him. There's a couple of deer I got last year I wasn't able to find because I can't distinguish between red and brown. And if there was the blood trail was on the pine straw and I couldn't see it, and I called Chris, and he come over and said, well, there's blood right there, and oh, there's your deer. And less than 2 minutes he found them both times, and I was in there for half an hour, and I couldn't find it. But Chris has been a blessing to me and my family, and just like so many of you, I give my life for him. I do anything. He calls me day or night. Anything ever happens, I'll be there. And just Sunday, I didn't know that he had already had family day planned. And I called him and said, I need help. I got a big one. He said, I'm on the way. Where you at? And literally 30 minutes later, he called me, and he was out of the truck walking down the path toward me. I wasn't even out of the swamp yet. And he had family day with his wife and his children all day Saturday, and he walked away to come and help me. That's a brother. That's a true brother, and I love him to death. But I'd sure be grateful if you guys jump over and just give him some love and support and subscribe to him. And if you have any advice for him, just like with me, I'm always wanting advice. If you have any advice to him to make his filming easier or better, to help him improve what he's doing, comment or email to him and let him know. He's always up for advice. And if it weren't for the advice, I wouldn't have never made it this far on the channel. I mean, it was you guys that set me here. And because of you all, we've got a good thing going here. Our family's strong, and the prayer requests we've done, everybody we've prayed for, there's been positive benefits. The Holy Spirit did intervene. He did show up for these people. God sent his angels to him, and whoever he sent on his behalf, things changed for the better with everybody that all of us have prayed for. And that's a huge blessing. And we just couldn't ask for nothing any better. Yeah, hopefully we'll have some neat different type of videos coming this year, because we're going to be doing I got a remote for the GoPro, and it's going to I'll be able to do a different style of filming with it, and I'm going to try it this year and see how it works out, and which is all going to depend on feedback from you guys if you like it or not. But we also have the drone we're going to be using, and we'll probably be using it for Claghorn Outdoors and for Standing Goats Rescue. To where some of these areas we're going to go to, we're going to put the drone in the air and do a kind of a fly around, just go about a mile out and around the area, filming everything from the sky to give you guys a bird's eye view of the area that we're walking into. And we'll something like that and put at the beginning of the video to where you got just a maybe 2 or 3 minute clip showing you the area where we're at, and then get into the actual hiking and looking for the signs of where these creatures have been. If y'all have any questions, if there's something I didn't explain properly, if you have any questions for me, if you'll put it in all caps. I'm trying to keep it together. I'm really tired, and my mind's just not working the way it should right now. And that way I can answer if you guys do have anything. I thought I seen questions earlier, and I can't remember what was even said, and I apologize for that. Oh, there's Aaron. It's good to see you guys. Sandra W. I didn't even see you come in. Bama Bigfoot. Don says he has a friend who's been knocked down by Bigfoot twice and injured. Tells me you were never the same again. Yeah, I guess not. I wasn't physically attacked when I had my encounter. He just come up 2.5 to 3 feet behind me and just scared the life out of me, growling and snarling and blowing that rotten breath on me. I don't know what I'd do if one of them actually laid a hand on me and hit me. That'd be kind of freaky. I had something hit me, but I never seen it. It knocked me over the handlebars of my bicycle when I was a teenager, and I got up, and my buddy Mike come back and had me turn around and said there was a giant handprint that went from shoulder blade to shoulder blade right in the center of my back, and I thought a bird hit me, but there wasn't nothing there. No, Don, I didn't get that story. I got one of them from you. I don't think it was that one. Oh, there's Miss Jean. I'm back. I'm going up in the comments, guys. I missed a lot of what you all had said, and I'm just going back to see if I missed uh, something that I need to address or answer. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I didn't even see you, Sandra. I'm sorry. My eyes just aren't hanging in. Frogman, good to have you. Thank you so much for jumping over. I'll do a little recount here in a few minutes of the prayer requests and the update on Brother Greg. That is, I'll tell you what, I'm going to do that now. I didn't know we've been on for an hour. Let me pull it back up. Okay. I know we got several more in the chat right now, and I'm sure most of you guys that are here had heard what I said earlier, and I apologize, but I'm going to say it again. Our sister D, that's Lady in the Woods, D Sims, her and her husband are having a rough time. Uh, they're dealing with taxes, and they went through the flood and they lost everything, and the Lord led them in a different direction. They're trying to get on their feet, and now IRS gets onto them and says, "Hey, you guys got to throw us much more money and put them on a time frame." And just like most of us, they're on a fixed income, and when you're living that way, you don't get overtime, you don't get vacation pay, you don't get sick days. You get a set amount, and you got to make everything work off that set amount. And D and Denny need help, and I don't know how else to say it other than they need help. And if you feel it in your heart, please send a donation or a prayer to Miss D Sims. That's Lady in the Woods. I have the link listed in the description of this video. And our brother Pappy Two Bears, he had put it up earlier in the chat. It should still be in the chat, and that's for our sister D. And if you can send $1, a couple dollars, whatever you got to spare, uh, just anything to help them. Every dollar counts when you're dealing with the IRS. I've dealt with them twice. I still owe them, but yeah, me and IRS ain't seeing things eye to eye right now. But D is trying to do the right thing and address what they claim that she owes, and they're just going to pay it. And that's where the Lord's leading them, but they don't have the money to cover it. It's when you ain't got it, $10 is a lot of money to come up with. And that's where they're at. So please, you guys, if you feel it in your heart, pray about it if you have to. But help out D, Lady in the Woods. The PayPal link is in the description to this video. Pappy Two Bears can provide it for you if you need it. Lady in the Woods, you should see her in the chat if she's still here. She can give you the PayPal link herself. But whatever it takes, if you guys are led to help her, I pray that you do help her. She's part of us. She's part of our family here. She's been with us for a long time. She's been a guiding light for me in the beginning. So please help her out. A few of us have already jumped in there and helped her, but she's not yet where they need to be. They got a ways to go to pay that debt so that IRS doesn't take anything else from them. Mother Nature already cleaned them out once, and they don't need to go through that again. And we got a prayer update. We done a prayer request for Brother Greg not too long ago, and he was in a coma. He fell into a coma, had a lot of serious issues going on, and it was not looking good for him. We did a prayer request. You guys came together in prayer, and evidently there was a powerful agreement with Holy Spirit through that prayer. And I got an email last night. I received it this morning that Greg woke up out of the coma. He's on his way to recovering and eventually going home. What a blessing. God is so good. And then we have a prayer request for JK, our brother JK. He's in the chat right now if he's still with us. JK is dealing with a lot right now. He has blood clots in his lungs. He's, I believe he's still in the hospital. I may be wrong on that, but he's been in the hospital. Whether he's still there right now, I'm not sure. But JK is dealing with blood clots, and it's a serious situation. It's not something you can just bat an eye at and go. He's got some serious stuff going on. Let's pray that Holy Spirit intervenes with our brother JK and knocks some things out of him, heals whatever's causing the blood clots, and let's get him back home to his wife. That's where he needs to be. You know, if we had a choice of when we can go home and be with the Lord, it'd always be good if we can go home as a family. You know, as a couple, as a family unit. You know, it's not our call, but you never want somebody leaving early, and it's too early for JK to be leaving. And we got Green Mountain Droning. He is our brother. Um, he's got a channel here on YouTube called Green Mountain Droning, and his name's Gene Fox. His aunt Connie, she's got a cancerous tumor behind her eye. They cannot remove it until it shrinks down. So I'm asking that you guys come together and let's pray for Gene's aunt Connie, that tumor not only shrink down, but it completely leave her body, whether it disintegrates or her body consumes it, whatever it may be. Let's pray that she gets delivered of that. You know, these tumors, these blood clots, this stuff ain't from our Father. This is from our Father's enemy, the one that thinks one day he'll take our Father, God Almighty, and it's never going to happen. But he's the one that causes us to have all these issues. And when you're living right and you're serving the Lord, you're doing what you're supposed to do, he's going to attack you. He's going to do everything he can to cause you to lose your faith and to steer away from God. And it doesn't matter to him whether he destroys your life or your family's life. It doesn't matter to him. He is the enemy. But our Father is much bigger. He's much more powerful, and he has control of everything. But he wants to hear from us. You know, he's not going to do all the work while we just sit back and reap the rewards. We've got to earn it. And reaching out through prayer and inviting him to come in on these people's behalf is part of it. So please, let's send some prayers for these people. You know, that's Miss Connie. That's Gene Fox's aunt. Our brother JK right here. You know, he's part of our family here, Standing Goats Rescue. It's got the blood clots, and keep sending prayers for Greg. He's out of the coma, but he's not home yet. Let's keep the prayers going for him as well, so that he can get back home to his family and carry on where he left off when he got hospitalized. That was a real sudden one with him. He went in, he wasn't doing very well, and just within no time, he fell into a coma. He got really sick really fast, and Holy Spirit's intervened on his behalf, and he's out of the coma, and he has improved greatly, but he's not home. So let's just keep sending them prayers. You know, it only takes one prayer, and God hears us. But it seems that if you keep pleading the blood of Jesus, keep sending their prayers to him, you know, he realizes how important it is to us that these people get healed, and hopefully he'll just speed things up a little bit. He may not, but we hope that he does. Oh, oh, I had just. Oh, I'm sorry. I got a message. Make sure I ain't missed nothing. I'm sorry, guys. Okay. Making sure it wasn't another prayer request. But guys, thank you so much. I hope all y'all had a happy Thanksgiving. I hope life's been good for you. And if y'all aren't part of Claghorn Outdoors YouTube channel or Lady in the Woods YouTube channel, jump over and sign on with them, join their family. You know, we're all connected. Standing Goats Rescue is connected with Lady in the Woods and Claghorn Outdoors. We are all one family, and just to help one another, we boost one another up every chance that we get. You know, and trying to send help for a lot of these people. Uh, Whisper to a Scream. All right, good deal. Whisper to a Scream's going to send an email with an encounter. Oh, wonderful. Absolutely. And let me know when you send that if you'll allow me to share it here. Just let me know, please. Gene, thank you so much. And yes, you guys, a lot of you asked about Kim. She is doing much better. She's on a lot of very powerful medications, and she's been sleeping a lot. Today was the first day she's actually got up and been moving around, and I had to run to town a couple of times today, and she actually rode with me. And so she is doing better. She is on the mend. We got to go Tuesday, and she's got to have X-rays to make sure the cage is in place and the other stuff that he had put in there. He's done a lot of work on her to make sure everything is taken the way it's supposed to. And then a little later, she's getting some type of device to put on the back that's supposed to speed up that synthetic bone powder that they put in. Is supposed to speed up the bonding of that. And we're just not to that point yet of receiving that unit. It's going to be a little longer, and 6 weeks before she's allowed to drive. So it'll be a ways yet, but hopefully things will start picking up, and hopefully I get the bike back soon where I can get to some of these places. I can't leave home for very long since we only have one running vehicle right now. I can't leave her all day without a vehicle. And so soon as I get the motorbike back, all that's left to do is replace a gas line and clean the carburetor again. And I think it's finished. He's got everything else done. The new tires are on it. And everything's ready to go except for that. And he's just taking his time at doing it. But hopefully he'll have it done soon. And as soon as that happens, I'll be able to. I'll be more mobile, and I can start getting to some of these areas and getting some video footage. We found some pretty crazy things out there hunting this year as far as structures and trees that have just chunks ripped out of the side of them. We've seen some bizarre stuff, and hopefully we're going to get out there and to some of these places where we found these structures, and we're going to get some of it on film. And a lot of that's going to be on Claghorn Outdoors. Um, we're going to be throwing videos both directions, over here to Standing Goats Rescue and then over there with Claghorn Outdoors. So you guys kind of have two different styles of videos to check out, and just increase the where you're not bored. You always got something to something entertaining to watch, and hopefully it'll always be that way. Um, all right, just see. Oh, Coin Digger, how's the goats doing? Oh, I haven't updated you guys on them. I'm sorry. Um, Littlefoot is doing well. He's doing very good, but he's not growing. He does have little old bitty bumps on his head. He's got horns come through, and they're just, it looks like little black nipples on top of his head. And he thinks he's about 50 pounds, and he's went, I think he's up to about 7 pounds. He is tiny. Wiggles is doing phenomenal. She's is right on key where she's supposed to be, but those two, it's like they're somebody's duct taped them together. Wherever one is at, the other's with her. And if you can see Wiggles out there laying in the yard, if you go up there, Littlefoot will be laid up, kind of cuddled up inside of um, her belly area, and then he'll have his head laid over the side of her neck, sleeping. But he's so tiny, you don't see him until you walk right up on top of him. Uh, he's such a cute little thing. Both of them are. But we got a bunch of new babies coming. Littlefoot's going to be on a special diet the rest of his life, as far as we know. And so the new babies that are coming, we're going to take two of the healthy new babies, and those will be going over to with brother Chris and his family for his children. They'll be getting two of those babies, since it didn't work out, since Littlefoot has so many problems. He's going to be a high maintenance goat, and he's going to have to be on a special diet where he's on a medicated goat feed and then free choice hay and whatever else the veterinarian says that he needs. That medicated goat feed is almost $20 a bag. It's really expensive. And so he will be the only one on it. But it's just something we got to do to maintain life for him. And so that's exactly what we're going to do. Oh, Johnny, thank you so much for that. Oh, absolutely, Johnny. We love you, brother. I just happened to see that. This is well, you don't realize how much um, people love you. It's. I mean, I just happened to seen that on there with Johnny on the Spot had posted, and just the idea that this would come to him, and he put it up. Is phenomenal. I greatly appreciate it. What an awesome suggestion. The Lord will. He's going to provide. He's going to set us up and get us going. And Brother Jeff is actually working on uh, a Yukon truck for us, and it had a lot of work that needed to be done. And he said he wants to turn it over to us to where there's absolutely nothing is going to go wrong. He's replaced, geez, so many things on that truck. He spent a pile of money on it, and he's doing it for his love of us. He's part of our family, and we love him to death. That's our brother Jeff. He's in the chat somewhere. He's helped us so much. Um, yeah, whisper to scream with this right here. This is something one of you guys, and I don't know who it was. I don't remember. In regards to the we're saying we want to adopt. Uh, um, I can't even get it out right. Thanks to Donnie, I want to adopt a baby goat. I have no place for it, but darn it, they're too cute. Uh, Absolutely. But somebody had contacted me about to help us with them, to come up with a way to where people could um, do a like an adoption, where they're actually would sponsor that goat to help out with getting the supplies, and which we buy them treats, we buy them just all kind of stuff. We spend money on them sometimes that we shouldn't spend on them, but that's where our hearts are. We love these animals. And someone had mentioned about doing that, to where people would it'd be like a sort of like an adopt a goat, but they wouldn't come and haul the goat away. They would more or less be sponsoring that goat, and where they would uh, just as an example, would send $5 for Littlefoot. Apply this to getting him a sweater for wintertime, and it would be a sponsor, and that's what we would do. But I haven't worked it out how we could do it, and it'd work out good, without running into problems, or we don't want nobody getting upset because somebody sends $10 to get something for one of the goats, and we ended up getting something different for them. We don't want no problems. Mountain Girl Sasquatch. Oh, I love her. She's been such a great friend. She's helped us out. And if you guys don't know Mountain Girl Sasquatch, um, we are connected by Holy Spirit. Oh, Jeff says it's a Tahoe, Donnie, not a Yukon. I'm sorry, it's a Tahoe. sorry, sorry, brother Jeff. But Mountain Girl Sasquatch, she sent us a big bag of towels and these little fleece throws and rags. We use a lot of them when we start picking up the injured animals and the abused animals and our birthings. When we go to our birthing season, which is coming up, it's going to start March. We should start going into it, and we got a lot of babies coming. Uh, but when we do the birthing, we go through, oh Lord, I don't know how many, a lot of towels, the little cheap blankets you see at truck stops and Walmart, and Mountain Girl Sasquatch sent us a pile of them, and we use them. We use them a lot. We go through a lot of them. A lot of the mothers, when they have babies, it's their first birthing, and they run into problems. And we got to get in there. We got to get hands on, sometimes hands in, to get the baby turned so that they could pass the baby. And there's a lot of well, what comes along with birth. It's a mess. But when we finally get the baby out, the mother is sore. She's kind of if she's one of the abused goats, she really has a hard time with us there having to lay hands on her to help her deliver the baby. And so we got to get the baby because she won't clean it up. She'll stay away from him because we're there and we've had hands on him. So we have to take towels and rags and clean all that mess off that baby, get him cleaned up real good, get them the that birthing stuff, that slime out of their nasal passages. We got to get them cleaned up and dried off, and we got to do it in a very quick time. You don't have long at all before the mother will actually abandon the baby. And then we'll set the baby out, and mama come up to it, make sure that we're out of the way. And this year, normally she'll take them, and she'll finish up what little bit of cleaning is left to do. But if not, if they lay on that ground and they get dirt and poop stuck to them, a goat ain't gonna eat nothing that's dirty. If you hand them a piece of watermelon, they will eat your hand off to get to it. But if you set it on the ground, they won't touch it. They're done with it. It's they don't like that. They don't like dirt at all. And so the same thing when they have the baby. If that baby falls on that ground and gets that poop and dirt on them, they won't clean them. And so we have to get that off. And so it's a sometimes that afterbirth it ruins the towel. We do wash them and reuse them, but every once in a while it's so bad. It may be a 7 or 8 hour birth, and we're out there the whole time, and these towels we'll get one nastied up. We'll toss it to the side and grab another one. Well, the time everything's over and we got the baby out, it's done dried, sitting there. We don't have time to leave that baby and go clean anything up. We go through supplies, and once the baby is in a safe spot that we can leave him, then we have to clean up the linens, the towels, the blankets, everything that we use. And some of them, when that stuff dries in it, you're not getting it out. And we'll put it in a heavy bleach and soap solution and throw it in the machine on a double wash, extra rinse. And if it don't come out after that, if we can smell anything in it, we don't reuse them. Those go to the trash. It's just not worth introducing any bacteria into another animal that's wounded, and you got to use that towel on, or a newborn baby, and that's horrible if you pass a parasite to a newborn. Excuse me. I keep burping for some reason. Sorry. Um, oh, did I say? No, I thought I said Happy Valentine's Day. I'm sorry. Oh, I wanted to tell you guys something. if you guys seen the the picture that I put up on the banner before the live show started with the two goats jumping up, and it's got the cross, Standing Goats Rescue. That was one of our own right here, Standing Goats Rescue. One of our family here designed those for me, and a bunch of different colors. And he's working on one that will have one of the big guys in it as well. He's trying to figure out how to incorporate the big guy with the goats and the cross, and then the Standing Goats Rescue. But he sent me that in several different color variations, and I have to go back and find his email. I honestly don't remember his name. I remember getting the email and reading it and seeing all them attachments that he sent, and I saved every one of them, and I love them. And I'm waiting for him to send the new ones because we're going to be using them a lot. But he designed those for us. I didn't design that. The little black one that you see right here in the corner, I designed this one. But those that were on the little update thing letting you know that the live show was coming, he designed that. And wow, it's awesome for him to do something like that for us. It's such a blessing. I thought yeah, you got, I see in where Meredith is talking about getting the blood work done. The brother Kyle, I talked to him earlier, and I'm gonna start. Kim's got a blood sugar test thing somewhere, and we're gonna check and see what my blood sugar's doing. And I'm pretty sure it's way out of whack because I am not eating healthy at all. We haven't had any real meat to eat. It's all been that store stuff, and it's nothing but that growth hormone, and it's just a bunch of junk. And we haven't got any fish. I didn't fish last year, but we're going to be getting back on the ball this year. I got to get some fishing and fill the freezers up because I sure ain't doing it hunting. But I think everything will work out next year. I'll have a good season. This is my 7th year, so naturally it's the year of rest. Yeah, and we got, if any of you guys are an artist, Claghorn Outdoors, if you look at the picture, that's a giant buck that Chris harvested this past archery season. Just a huge buck. And we're wanting to help him design a logo like what I got right here for his channel, but with that buck, like a silhouette with that buck. And it's a 15-point buck. He's just a massive deer. And if any of you guys are artists and you can draw and you can take and replicate something like that, reach out to Chris and let him know, because I don't know who could do that. I'm not an artist at all. I do good to take a picture of somebody else's artwork, but we just need somebody who can make him come up with a design for him for a logo, and he wants to use that buck that he got, and he's got other pictures of it. Yeah, definitely reach out to him if you guys know an artist who's willing to put something together for him. I greatly appreciate it. Well, guys, am I missing anything on here? I'm trying to keep up with it. I'm so tired. I can't stay. Oh, Brother Butch, got to run. Thank you all so much. And oh, Danny Church, I just seen him up here. I'm gonna put this name up for you guys. Before I go, I put a post up under the community tab of Standing Goats Rescue. Danny Church has service on his Facebook page. They do a lot of prayer worship and singing on there, and it's live. And if you guys would go to Facebook and pull him up, Danny Church, and if you'll go and look on the community tab on Standing Goats Rescue, I did a post for him today. And if you'll look at the picture on it, just type in Danny Church and you find that picture, you got him. But jump over and friend request him, and follow him, and you can watch the services, the singing and worship that they do, praise and worship. And it's just, if you love the Lord and you want more of that and want to feast on more of what's out there in praise and worship, he's the man to see. He's got some good stuff going on right there, and I'm jealous. I ain't got a singing voice, and if I did, I would not be doing it live. But Danny and his family are good. They got it going on. And I meant to do this last week, and I've been so overwhelmed with everything I forgot. I apologize. I'm sorry there, Brother Danny. But I did get it up today. I put it up a post for you. Brother Chris, I love you, man. Absolutely never forget. You know, we're so blessed to have all you guys here. I'm fixing to have to close all this out. Mountain Girl Sasquatch, I will definitely be getting back in touch with you. We've had another busy day today, and I wasn't able to reply, but I did reply to the picture. I did look at those pictures. Beautiful goats. Her neighbor's got some goats. She used to go down and walk them and bring them down to her place to eat because the owner is keeping them in these little small kennels, and they're beautiful goats. A little on the heavy side. Beautiful. But guys, thank you all so much. All of you, thank you all for being here. And Frogman, Sharon, Jean, Radel. I thought oh, there's Denise. It's good to see you, Denise. Happy Valentine's Day to all of you. Denise from Ardmore. It's outside of Philadelphia. Oh, I'm about to sneeze now. Oh, excuse me. God bless. I'm sorry. My sinuses are driving me crazy. Yeah. Brother Mike and Pam and Sharon and Meredith. 7 pearls. Oh, thank you. Congrats on the board. Thank you so much. Radol. Brother Chris, Brother Jeff, thank you all for being here with me tonight. I love each and every one of you. And I'm so thankful to have you guys to support me and back me up. I'm going through a hard time right now. Kim's going through the hard time. I'm just trying to hold everything together while she's on the mend, and it's just it's taking a toll on me. So please bear with me. I'll get it together soon when she gets to where she can move around and help me by taking some of the load off of me. I'll have more time and start getting back with the program, getting videos of them, getting the shows going. Brother John Thompson. Oh, there's Stan. I thought I seen Stan in there earlier. He's been sneezing all day himself. God bless you. And Brother Jeff, thank you all. And Mike, thank you guys all. And if you get time, Brother Aaron, if you guys get time, jump over there and like, share, and subscribe with Lady in the Woods. That's our sister D. And then Claghorn Outdoors with Brother Chris. Just let's back these people up and help build them up and lift them both in prayer and spiritually, with our own spirit. Oh, there's Ruth. I thought I seen Ruth came in a little while ago. If I missed any of you guys, forgive me, please. I love you all. I hope you all have just a wonderful Valentine's Day today. And I hope this day has just been one of just a phenomenal day. And tomorrow, better for you all. But thank you all for jumping over here and hanging out with me tonight. It was nice to see you guys. Guys and gals, every one of you. It's so nice to see you. I'm so blessed to have a family like this. And it says a lot. But y'all have a wonderful evening. Get a good night's rest tonight. We do have more content coming. It may be a little bit before I get something up, a few days or so. Chris is putting stuff up a little at a time, but he's getting stuff up. Things that are fun to watch. Jump over and check him out. Claghorn Outdoors, right here on YouTube. That's Brother Chris. And if you can't find him, the link to his channel is in the description to this video. I've got the link to our sister Dee's PayPal to help her out with what they're going through with this tax issue. If there's anything I can do for any of you guys, if you have any prayer requests, if anything's going on that you'd like to share, um, anything at all, reach out to me. My email address is right there on the bottom of the screen, standinggoatsrescue@outlook.com. I'm a few days behind on I'm almost caught up with them. I have answered some of yesterday's emails today. I did answer them, so I'm getting there. But thank you so much. God bless you all. Y'all have a wonderful evening. And Mindy, it's good to see you. Good night to all of you. I love you, and I will definitely be seeing you guys soon. And until the next time, always be safe.